but friendship takes like balance, isn't it? There's times when, you know, we need to support each other in different ways, and there may be times when, I guess like something might be happening, and the maybe for the next couple of months of conversations, that's that's the next couple of months of phone calls or whatever, or when we meet up, that's what we talk about. And it might be like the jam show, and then the next 6 months it might be the K2 show. Like, you have to kind of be able to have that balance. And I'm thinking about you over the last 2 years of building this business, which you started from scratch, which was meant to not actually be a business, which has turned into a business. You were just going freelance as a digital, person, and now you've got this whole agency. How important has friendship been for you on this journey?
Everything. Like, when I say everything, like, to my close circle of friends, like, I owe you like my sanity, because the learning curve has been so steep, and there are so many parts of it that are just unexpected, unanticipated, and you're out of your comfort zone so much. And there's times, like, if you really want to like figure out who you are as a person, honestly, like, start a business start a business or go freelance without a safety net. Like that, you really learn who you are as a person. And I think my friends are just, everyone is constantly like the voice of reason. Like I said, I spend a lot of time in my head. I'm a thinker, an overthinker. I mull things over a lot, and I guess a lot of the time I'm probably just repeating myself in the conversations that I'm having internally. And then you speak to your friend, and straight away you've got perspective, And I think one thing that I'm not great at doing, I don't know, probably still need to work on this some more, is kind of just acknowledging where you're at, what you've achieved. And I think the interesting thing is, I say this to you all the time, Jamz, I'm constantly saying to you, like, enjoy this now. Like, yes, you wanted to be on the lineup for Glastonbury, but you also did X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, F festival. Like, enjoy that, that's you've still leveled up. Next year, it might not have been the right time, this, that. And I'm really good at saying that to other people, but don't really recognize it myself. So when you having a down moment, and then you speak to one of your friends, and they're just like, yeah, but you've done this, and you've done this, and you just did a campaign with this brand or this label, and you're like, oh yeah, and you employ people, so you understand that you're a leader now, and you're like, oh yeah, that's a good point, and you figured out how to, and you're like, yeah, okay, that's fair. So I think my friends have, like, through the whole process, have just been a constant voice of reason, like the people that remind me, like, where I'm actually at, and what the distance that I've come versus where I am in this very moment, where I'm kind of like in my feelings about it. So yeah, there's no comparison there in terms of like the importance of having like solid friendships and people who actually, A, on one side going to remind you of where you are, but B, also pull you up when you ain't acting right, and you need to kind of modify your behavior and what you're doing in order to push forward.
Because it can be so easy to go inward as well. It can be, so easy to be like, I'm dealing with something right now. I'm sure this pandemic has kind of, I guess, highlighted that to some people. Some people have gone increasingly inward and almost not talking to anyone, So if you're going through something and then you start being like, oh, I'm just going to do it on my own. I'm going to do it myself, And I just, it's such an unhealthy place to be in, because like you said, like, your brain is not actually your friend sometimes. Like, it's actually your biggest enemy. And I feel like having the sounding board to talk about it, even if it sounds stupid, like, even if it's like the most ridiculous thing ever, or the most, the most awful, hideous thoughts that you could think, is like, actually just getting it out. Like, I know I shouldn't be thinking this, but this is how I feel.
Yeah.
This is what I'm thinking, and having the freedom to say it. And it's like, you feel so much lighter on the other side. And I think, I feel like that's something that everyone kind of needs, if where they can have it is knowing when to, like, just open up and just be honest, be like, right now, I'm struggling, or even if it's like a small thing, like a small, like, logical thing that you don't know the answer to, someone out of it actually will probably have a clearer idea.